Hey guys, this is Peter Powell with Warm Water Addicts. A fly that we use constantly here in the Midwest and anywhere where there's bass and wipers and stripers is what's called a sparkle minnow. A very easy pattern. A beginner could tie it. It's not too difficult to tie. Takes me 5 minutes to do one if I'm really rushing it. So hopefully you guys learned something. Let's get started here. First off, you're obviously going to have your thread, which mine, oh there it is. Mine always seems to disappear on me. I'm going to wrap that thread right there at the barb, so right where that barb starts up at. Now, you don't have to do this is just what I do, but I use 2 layers of marabou. First layer is one color, so this is going to be a white marabou tail, olive marabou. So it's kind of a little bit sparser. It's a pretty big fly, really easy one. In some waters it's kind of like an attractor pattern, in others it's a full-on pattern. So, see now olive, still kind of cleaning up those tiny deer hair, so I keep looking over at the stuff that's sitting out. OCD or something's kicking in. Not yet. Talk to the doctor. Okay. Some olive here. We use this pattern primarily for bass. In Kansas, but you can go to the Kansas River and fish wipers and white bass, and they tear them up down there. So we like these patterns. Good recommended colors are olive and golds and silvers. I use gold, silver. I tied some olive. I haven't fished it yet, so we're gonna try a different shade of olive, see if I can convince myself to fish it. Bunches of marabou. Alright. Tail here is done. You could add some crystal flash if you'd like. This one I'm not going to, just because the UP fibers I'm about to put on are just really, really bright. So it's like, you know, sometimes too much sparkle, you know. Alright, so with this this fly, there's going to be a bottom portion of it. I twist on some dubbing. I use dubbing. I use this pheasant tail ice dub. First, we're going to make a loop. So I like to fold the thread in half. Okay, fold the thread in half and then tie it off. If you got like a spring or something, I'm gonna actually replace my spring. It's kind of getting torn up, and I'll show you some. I'll have another video about just really simple ways to effectively use rubber bands and clips and stuff in your fly tying. So that look forward to filming that for you guys, and start looking for it. EP brush. Just the 3-inch, no special features. I mean, it's just I guess the UV, you could consider UV a special feature if you really wanted to. Let's see. Try to get this package opened. Just bought this just today. So let's see, I just need one of you guys. Okay, 6 will do. All of them came out. Oops. Back in the bags. Some good retrieves. When you're stripping this fly back in, you could try a really quick one. have it retrieve about every second. So strip, 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 strip. You could try a jittered one, so you just strip, 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 pause, strip, pause, strip, strip, pause, strip, strip, strip. Notice random stuff. I always like to use my rod tip, so the very tip of the rod to give it action. Ready? Tie with these right here. Tie down that wire if you wish. Right. And then you're just gonna wrap it. As simple as that sounds, that's all you're doing with this fly. You're just stroking the fibers back, and the rest of it you're just wrapping. So, like I said, anybody can tie this fly. It's pretty simple. The more complicated you make it, obviously the harder it is. But this version, really simple. I'm really digging these EP fibers. You can go get these online or at K&K or at just about any fly shop, any well-stocked fly shop, I should say. Will probably have something like this. Again, you could use polar chenille. I use polar chenille on some of them. My gold, it turns out really well. My silver, it turns out really well. So I use that. This olive really looked intriguing, if you will. I kept looking at it. And it was like, alright, guess I'll just go out and buy it. So I did. Oh, hopefully I'll have enough. I'll have enough to get So it takes about a whole EP brush to make one of these sparkle minnows. EP brushes are really, really nice. They're really fine. I don't know if you can tell, but that's really, really fine. It's like angel hair, almost. Super fine, easy to work with. Just tie that bad boy off there. Clip this in. Stroke some of these back. Make sure it's okay. Now I'm gonna flip it on its belly and I'm gonna split it. All right. So just kind of cut these guys in two. Split them half and half. We're gonna see. Oh, my thread did hold, excellent. Alright, so with your thread, I have this little tool. It's nifty, spins really well. Got deer hair on it. Perks of tying deer hair, I guess. Or non-perks, I'm not sure which. Deer hair stuff isn't nearly as good as Mike George's, but it's getting there. Put a pinch of this stuff in. Remember, be frugal with most of your dubbing, but this one I like to take big wads of this stuff and stick it in there and then twist it up. And fold it over. I'm really twisting this stuff right up to the base here. Right up until the point where it's done. I don't know what happened here, but we're going to tie this off. Alright. I didn't get all of this brush here. I always make my dubbing loops really long. You don't necessarily need to do that. In fact, you probably shouldn't do that. But I've also tied them without dubbing loops, and they've been fine without dubbing loops also. So Just as long as you trim it, it will hold shape. Nice. It's falling on my lap. Hold shape again with whip finish. Trim this bad boy up. Right now you could probably fish this as a musky streamer or something. Just trim this guy at an angle here. Trim that at an angle to give it that bait fish shape, if you will. It's kind of a weird term right now. Alright. Pretty flashy. Pretty flashy, pretty snazzy. Gotta trim these down a little bit. They're a little long, I think. Make sure we can give room for that tail so the tail will stick out there. If you got like a dubbing brush or something, you can stroke this back and make it a little more fluffier. Now I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I learned about this fly. Take a Sharpie and just run a line up the middle. And it will kind of give it a darker look. Put a little line up the middle there. Put some dots or something just to there's your sparkle minnow. It's pretty easy. Get the bottom there. Again, you don't have to do the bottom. A really easy pattern that catches bass and bigger sizes, pike and muskie and wipers. And some good color combinations are silvers, whites and grays, black, gold. Just did the olive.